What the fuck is this? Look at this. Wonder what could it be used for? Fuck if I know. What, do you step on it and it honks? Is that the equivalent of a bell, like on top of the door? Like once you enter and the person steps on it, it honks, and it lets you know that there is a customer inside? Honk honk. Oh, it's on a table, okay. I thought it was on the floor. There's a small catch just here, look. We're going to open it, aren't we? Bye! Oh my, that's amazing! It has some sort of spring-loaded mechanism. You might as well say that that is actually like a sentient robot. Hi! Hi! Nice to meet you! Which we'll never manage to put back the way it was before. What are you two doing? Nothing. Nothing at all. Whatever this device is, seems to have a pair of little windows to look through. Because I've seen something rather similar to this elsewhere. I mean, it's similar to the stereoscope. Is that actually it? 15 April. That's not a calendar you could easily miss, is it? 15 April. Today's date. Yes, that's not for sale, I must point out. It is an Eastern-style page-a-day calendar. Eastern-style? Every night at midnight, I turn off the front page to reveal the following day's date. The perfect calendar for our tearaway fellows such as yourself, Mr. Windybank. And who was it who walked out of here with the wrong violin before? Well, when the agreed storage period has passed without repayment, articles are forfeited, you see. So I have to keep a close eye on the bait. It's something of a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say. Yeah, I can see you're very dedicated to your job. Huh? Only tuppence for it? That ain't fair, and you know it. The article is barely worth a penny, miss. I cannot offer more. Like there's an argument brewing over by the counter. Oh? Come on, that can't be right. Have you even had a proper butcher's at it? I've seen all I need to see, young girl. Oh! Wait, don't we know? I'm sure I recognize her. First the maid in like inside the stereoscope, and now her? Man, this truly is a small world, isn't it? Oh, yeah. It's the young lady from Mr. McGilda's trial 2 months ago. Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer, errs her crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket. What is Gina? Gordon Bennett, you lot! Oh. Hello, Miss Lestrade. Leave me well. What? You remember me then, do you? Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure. And your way of reloading the gun at a snail's pace. So, what are you doing in here? Down and out like the rest of us? Nothing to eat? Come to pop that black weasel? Sorry, coat, have ya? What is it about this black uniform that makes everyone comment on it? Ah, good day. Unless I'm much mistaken. You would be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher. Hey, Mr. Sholmes. So, you have something of value to pawn, do you? Allow me to see the outcome, and I shall negotiate with Mr. Winnieback on your behalf.
Pull the other one. I don't need no help from some stuck-up D. Get out of my business. Gone. I'll make trouble for ya.
As you wish, Mr. Strong. I will happily remove myself from your presence. He's already done it. He's gone. Where the fuck did he go? I guess we're gonna be playing another round of Where's Sholmes. Similar fashion to Where's Waldo. I'm sorry, but as I said, there really is no room for negotiation. What is that thing he has in his hand? Some kind of metal disc? Oh. It's for music, more than likely.
And you, go on, leave me alone. Ah, Mr. Strand, just pretend we aren't here. He shan't be offended in the slightest.
So Sato-san can really stand her ground when she wants to.
Whatever.
Okay, well, besides that, how have things been going after the last case that we had? Also, I guess you frequent this place like a lot, don't you? Somehow, I didn't really think you were the sort of person who would use a palmbreaker, Mrs. Strahd. Oh, she'd totally be one.
Yeah, well, I am, alright? I'm a Londoner, just like everyone else. That a problem, is it?
No, not at all. It's just that, well...
Ah, I get it. I know what you're thinking. That thing probably don't even belong to her. Probably got it on the dive, didn't she? Yeah, I can see it written all over your chibi chase. And even on your face. And you're just a skull.
Well, I might have been thinking something along those lines.
You're not going to deny it, Miss Naruto.
Alright. I was just going to come out and ask you straight. Do you pawn things that you steal from other people?
Well, I don't know how best to answer that, really. Suppose. Sometimes.
Well, these are hard times. She's gotta make a living, I guess.
I'm going to deny it either, Mr. Lestrade. But not this time, alright? I swear. That thing belongs to me.
The disc that Mr. Winnieback is holding. I hope that it doesn't have like... I hope that it doesn't have like any sentimental value. At least. I guess we should see what he has to say about all this. Yeah. What do you think, Mr. Winnieback, about this item?
Mr. Winnieback, what exactly is this metal disc that Mr. Lestrade has brought in? It seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface.
Ah, this is a music disc, you see. For use inside a music box. In a music box?
What? You don't even know what a music box is? You Eastern lot ain't too savvy, eh?
I know what a music box is. I've just never seen one of these discs before. The small protrusions on the metal disc encode a tune to be played by the music box. Simply insert the disc, and set the machine go, and beautiful music plays. Oh, like magic!
It's so incredible. Tell us, what tune is on this disc?
Well, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you that. There are so many different types of music box, you see. British made, German, Swiss. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for. Ah, I see. So wait, is it like machine based? It won't work on certain machines? Is that it? That's it in a nutshell. I wouldn't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. Really, I'm already offering more than I should at Penny.
That's a packet of lies. It told him it did. It said it was, well...
He? Who?
Never you mind. It just ain't right, that's all. That disc's worth good money, I know it is.
Well, you have to try your luck at other pawnbrokers, won't you?
Ah.
Okay. Do you have anything to say about Gina Lestrade? She must be a frequent customer here. She's been in here before, of course. Just a little turd demalion.
Who are you calling a demon?
I see. And brought some dubious articles, or other. Here every single time, I might add.
Dubious? What are you trying to say? I am an honest customer, me.
So is there something dubious about the disc she brought in today? Well, if only it were that simple. Sorry? What do you mean? What she actually brought in was a storage ticket. Storage ticket?
Storage ticket. So... Mr. Strad has actually come to redeem an article from you today, is that right? Yeah, that's right. A girl like me has a lot of stuff what needs storing.
Yeah, that's definitely dubious. The articles in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight. But as she gave me the ticket for it, I paid both the loan and the interest. I was obliged to return the article to her.
What was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Windybag.
The little scamp is wearing it, ma'am. It's the overcoat that she redeemed. Boy, you surely must have some fascination with the coats, eh, Windybag? Oh.
What? What's wrong with that? It fits, don't it? I mean, it's mine, so of course it does. So, what about the disc then? How does that come into all this?
Ah, the disc is something else. A new article to pawn, if the girl and I can agree on a price. Alright, well, what are you gonna do with that? I'm confused. I thought you said that Mr. Stroud bought in a storage ticket today. It's really quite simple. Yeah, the child brought me a storage ticket and the money owed on it, as you said. For this heavy black coat, which you returned to her care, as I understood it. That's right, yes. And rather surprisingly, as soon as the little ragamuffin put the finger, she went rifling through the pockets. Oh, you mean...
What? Don't you know it's rude to stare at a lady? Ah, I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it?
If you mean this disc, then yes, exactly now.
And she immediately tried to pawn it.
For quite a high price as well. It's all rather suspicious, I think. Well, I mean, it wasn't the overcoat. He came with the overcoat, so...
Give it up. I'm just trying to pawn something like anyone else would. Mr. Stad, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place? Well... me.
Doesn't really appear to be your size, you know.
Me old man! It's me old man's, ain't it? Is it, Mr. Stroud?
Is it? Yeah, this is definitely all rather suspicious. Suspicious thy name is Gila Lestrade. Out of my way, please. What is this picture postcard English gentleman? Good day to you, ladies. Gentlemen.
What's your problem, eh?
There is no problem, as long as you remove yourself. I have a matter to discuss with the proprietor. And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl, for the hiding you deserve.
Hey. Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't done talking with him yet. If you think you're such a gent, you should know how to wait in line.
Oh, you are an impudent little brat, aren't you? As well as a pickpocket. Oh. Don't tell me that overcoat is actually his.
Who are you? How do you know who I am?
And the question is, how do you not know who I am? You have the courtesy even to remember the faces of your victims, it seems. Oh my goodness, do we have like some lead to our last case? Well, actually, nah. When he says victims, well, Gila Lestrade surely must have had a lot of victims when it comes to her pickpocketing people. I was thinking that maybe this had something to do with the case. With the case that we had when we arrived on London.
What? You mean from you?
Broker. Yes, sir. I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no? Yes. The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it returned at once.
Oh my. Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull?
Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel. And needless to say, any music box discs too.
No, you can't have it. You just can't. It's the old man's. Or it was. And now it's mine. Goodness, Miss Naruto. This is a very awkward situation.
Yeah. Something that she's probably dealing with on a daily basis, I can tell you. I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail. Okay then. Let's see about your side of this. Lestrade.
Mr. Lestrade, is what the gentleman is saying... What do you think? It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously. I swear on my life, I never laid eyes on that dandy before.
Let's hear it now, you little ragamuffin. I mean, sometimes you're not even gonna lay eyes with your victims. When it comes to pickpocketing. Stole it, didn't you? That ticket you brought in here just now.
No, I swear it. I swear to God.
It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the street, minding my own business, when this little gutterling ran into me. I knew at once what had happened. I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself. Those wretched pickpockets. Yet again? Well, wearing all that fancy schmancy stuff on you, you're surely, you are part of the problem when it comes to that. You should probably wear less fancy stuff. Otherwise, you're gonna be a victim of many pickpockets in that case. Oh yes, as you can see, I'm a man of impeccable style. And this isn't the first time that I've been targeted by these backslum scoundrels. Now then, relinquish my overcoat.
Ah,
Come along now, Mr. Strahd. Give the good gentleman his coat back. If you're going to cause trouble, I shall have no choice but to call the police.
hold on. Why does everyone think it's me? Just look at this dandy coat. They think I'm the dodgy one.
I'm sorry, but no one's going to believe you.
Well, what about evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence that I've stolen something, eh? Come on, let's see it.
Oh, I have evidence, naturally.
You what?
Whenever there is something in the overcoat that will tell us that it was his. Evidence that the article Mr. Strahd redeemed actually belongs to this gentleman.
Of course. We need only consult Mr. Windybank's ledger to know the truth. We'll be able to look up the name of the person who disposed of the article in the first place.
Brilliant, Susato! I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Oh?
I never ask customers' names. That's a strict policy of mine. Wait, why? But why not? Well, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. A great many of them prefer to maintain their anonymity. Ah, some of them, okay. So it's an option.
Yeah, I see. But then how can you know if an article belongs to the person asking to redeem it?
Yeah, that's a fairly good question. Like I was asking, why? Oh, that's quite simple. Good sir. Might I trouble you for the watchword associated with the article in question? Of course. It's Professor. Yes, that's right. In all the evidence we need. Ah, okay, so you are asking for their password instead. Okay. I can accept that, I guess. This gentleman is the rightful owner of the article. Without doubt. A watchword? Interesting. Well, I wouldn't say that this is foolproof, but yeah. So about these watchwords, Mr. Windybank. As I just explained, I never ask customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why. Certain customers would like to keep their activities secret. Well, that wasn't exactly a subtle glance at Mr. Sholmes now, was it? He is enjoying that stereoscope lie quite a lot.
Great detectives have no dark secrets. Not at all.
Yes, well... Anyway, that's why I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like the secret combination of numbers used to unlock a vault. The date of deposit, a description, and a watchword uniquely identify each item. And of course, then I give the storage ticket to the customer. When someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword. Man, our guy over here, Windenbach, sure is quite open with his way of doing business in this entire thing. The ledger, the cameras, now describing the whole process of redeeming like articles and such. Man. And if that someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article. That's right, sure. Yes. Just as soon as the requisite fee is paid. And I supplied you with the information you require already. But for the avoidance of doubt, the article in question is an overcoat, deposited 2 months ago, on 15th February. Oh. 15th February, 2 months ago. with a watchword of Professor. All perfectly correct information, sir.
But how?
Really, this is beyond a joke. There is no further room for doubt. Okay then. Well, we got that. What about you, mister? Picture postcard gentleman. Excuse me, but, who are you? One would expect the inquirer to introduce himself first. Though clearly you are not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you. Oh boy, another one. Oh, sorry. Yes, we are from the Empire of Japan. So what? Do you have a problem with that? Oh yes, Japan. I've heard talk of the place. Oh. Its inhabitants live on some fiery, brown-colored soup, dressed up with exotic spices. Spices? You might be thinking of somewhere else. What was that theatrical gesticulation about? Oh boy. Perhaps. Anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir, you offer your own name first, before inquiring after the name of another. Okay, of course. I am Ryunosuke Naruto. I am a lawyer. No, a student of law, really.
My name is Susato Mikotoma. I am Mr. Naruto's assistant.
I see. My name is Benedict. Yes, Eggert Benedict. Enchanté. It's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks. My name is suspicious. Eggert Benedict. Again, sounds like a familiar name, but I cannot put my finger on it. Now, to the matter at hand. My overcoat. Return it at once to someone with the style to carry it off. I swear, we're gonna find out soon enough that he also has a stance as well.
Every move he makes, every breath he takes, I can't stand watching him.
Alrighty then. So, let that be an end to the matter. And thank you for your custom, Mr. Eggert Benedict, sir. With such reasonable rates of interest, I may even decide to come back.
This is why I hate grown-ups. Just because I'm a diver, everyone thinks that makes me a liar.
And the contents of the coat pockets, if you please, broker. But of course, sir. Here is the discord. Just this one. Pardon, sir? I was expecting another. That is, I deposited another. Another disc. Oh, dear. I regret to inform you, sir, but that what was deposited with me was merely the overcoat. The disc happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it until now. So, Gutterling, you're hiding more of what's rightfully mine, are you?
Says who, eh? I don't know nothing about it.
Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to Star.
Wait a minute. That desk. is mine.
Oh, God. God. What do you think you're doing? You little tramp. You've drawn blood. You filthy animal.
Oh my. Yeah, there's blood on the disc.
Oh. It's because of all those sharp little bombs. Man must have scratched his finger on them.
I found it first, alright? It belonged to me old man. So you're not having it. Oi, you take it.
Me?
Hang on to it. Yeah, have it off me again. So you keep all of it.
Should we really be a part of this? Okay, I guess this is the end of our defense attorney career. Now we are on to criminal career. Mr. Strahd, why is this so important to her? Now desk used to play music in a mechanical music box. The piece of music, which remains unidentified, is stored on a disc by means of small protrusions. You there. In the black livery. Hand that disc to me at once, please.
No, don't! He's lying. Grown-ups are all liars.
What do I do? What do I do? I'm playing hot potato with this disc. How am I going to resolve this? Run away! Run away! Oh, hey. Hey, Sholmes. Can you keep this disc for us? Mr. Sholmes? What are you examining with such keen interest there? As you enjoy a bar of caramel, I see. Sholmesy? So, you found me at last, Miss Naruto. Sorry? God damn it. Are you depressed again? After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to lurk in the shadows. Cruelly ostracized, as the rest of you partook in a jovial atmosphere of fellowship. I had nothing to occupy my mind. I was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall had done to me. So feigning mock interest, I pretended to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place. Thus, as you surely observed, gnawing on the only friend I have left, this 7% solution care. Hum! Pray, do you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Naruto? But how could you? I was so lonely, so desperately lonely. Then why on earth didn't you rejoin the conversation? Things have gone from bad to worse here, you know. In fact, Ryonosuke may be onto into a criminal path now. Yeah, I overheard much of your conversation. Or rather, in my craving for human context, my ears devoured every word that was uttered. You really were sad, weren't you?
Poor Mr. Sholmes. It was simply awful for you.
You would see that my interferences are correct.
Oh, surely you're not about to tell us that you solved the entire case once again?
Ooh. In which case, are we gonna be going for another dance of deduction? My dear madam, sometimes I wonder, where my genius for deduction to be commoditized? How much could I pawn it for? Since Mr. Sholmes has had another of his flashes of inspiration, but who knows if it will help to resolve the situation between Mr. Strahd and mysterious gentleman. What's the right thing to do here? Ah! Okay, I accidentally pressed there without knowing that there was an option, but okay, I think that I pressed the right thing up there. I did listen to the deduction. Well, Mr. Strahd, it would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament.
We're Where the blue blazes have you been, eh?
Pardon?
When a lady's in trouble, a true gent's supposed to be there to help. Straight away! Not an hour later.
Harsh. Sholmes, you okay? Hopefully you didn't bump into something. And who, pray tell, are you? Sholmes and Benedict, rivals of style. A war is being born today between these two. Mr. Regard Benedict, you have, in my eyes, a veritably encyclopedic area. In my eyes, a very encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are two immovable conclusions I have drawn. I beg your pardon? The first is this. The true reason for your visit to this pawnbroker today is something you have not yet revealed. And the second is this. A considerable crime is in contemplation. One you will orchestrate, with the intent to steal a vast sum of money. What? Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions? How? He's turned as white as hard-boiled egg. It means that we're surely onto something. We may be able to speedrun through this. With Sholmes, like usual.
It would seem that once again, Mr. Sholmes has made a flawless deduction.
Just who do you think you are, sir? Ah, yes, as I had hoped. That is precisely the pained expression I was looking for. So, shall we begin? The time has come for yet another Sherlock Sholmes's logic and reasoning spectacular. Alrighty then. Well, the floor is yours for now, Sholmes. Afterwards, ooh boy, do I have a little surprise. Alright. Let's hear this first. The mystery man's aim. First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. Okay? As revealed by that which you hold in your hands. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer. Or maybe it's his cane there, maybe. The piece of paper in your hand is a staff wanted advertisement from this very shop. Yet even the most undeserved would soon realize that a man of your appearance has no need of such employee. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane, genuinely clutched to your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. Oh. A.G.? What utter rot. I've had this cane for years. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing ferrule. Ferrule? The heck is that? The end of any walking cane would be terminated with a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip. And yet, detailed analysis shows the wooden tip of this tick to be utterly bare. Therefore, there is only one conclusion. The rod that you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, is in fact no cane at all. Did I just hear something rip?
You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? Boy. And in your recoil, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The hand, which you heavily would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. From what I saw it, my suspicions were aroused. What walking cane demands such a stout hand? Mused I. Well, of course, as I said, this is no walking cane. Nah, that rod is the broken handle of a shovel.
Or a spade.
What? Are you insane? You're saying that's a shovel? Pah! Such insolence! Clearly it's a spade! And now, having determined this undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming was to take employment at this establishment in order to excavate the ground beneath the premises. What a calculated crime you have conceived, sir. A wickedly calculated crime.
Oh? Does this mean that he is digging for some haunted, spooky stuff that was built under, like, the building? That, or he is looking for treasure?
The tunnel underneath the pawnbrokery. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbrokery with a broken shovel. What on earth do you propose I could expend to find him? Some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose. Save for such a fancy, what possible reason could I have to do as you say? Oh, but there is ample reason. Alright then. A fight of styles. Let's see who is outstyling the other. As you're only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your further glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider what would motivate a man to infiltrate a shop such as this and covertly dig beneath its floor. The answer is revealed by the council notice on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. This letter gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. And according to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewer works, beneath this shop runs a sewer that adjoins another, one that runs under the bank on the opposite side of the road. This madness has entered the sewers now, has it? By excavating the ground beneath your feet, you would gain access to the waterway. Oh my goodness! And it will lead to Mersham Street, where juror number 5 was digging. And I guess now we're gonna find out that there was more to the last case than what we have known. That this guy was involved in that. That flows in very close proximity to the great vault of the financial institution opposite. What are you? In summary, sir. You devised a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery, but didn't, by dint of the underground tunnels. Master plan?
Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. With what plunder did the thief hope to make off from the underground vault of the bank? Are you quite serious? Having consulted with Scotland Yard some days ago, I happen to know the answer. But naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know. Postcard of the Great Exhibition. I'm afraid you've quite lost me. Currently in the final stages of preparation, the Great Exhibition will soon be underway. Oh yeah, didn't I hear something about that during the first case that we had here in London? We found I feel like we found a poster about that, like inside the omnibus when we investigated it. And the government has provided extra funds to complete its centerpiece, the Crystal Tower. The Crystal Tower. Funds that currently sit in the vault of the bank, on the other side of this road. Pardon? Yes, the considerable crime you have contemplated is the theft of that which sits in the vault of that bank. The special reverse funds for the Great Exhibition. Of course, that is top secret police information. So keep it under your head, please. Shh. Wink. Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes's great deduction of this pawnbroking puzzle. Mr. Holmes? Well, Miss Naruto? An impressively upbeat deduction for a detective racked with loneliness. Would you not agree? Was it true what it said about the bank over the road and what it has in its vault? Indeed, though few know of its existence. It is one of the government's most closely guarded secrets. Gregson told me, in the strictest confidence.
But you just announced it to everyone here. Rather loudly, in fact.